Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. After you read articles from all sides every day, you are able to see certain patterns on how they report the news. If you're, this is a good practice, but since time doesn't allow, you can also see, their little style of ignoring certain kind of information, promoting different one, lying by omission, and interpreting certain things in a certain way, the way that would fit the narrative. In this case, I learned, for instance, from the Ukrainian side, when they report, something occurred, but the Russians are advancing, but not a big deal. Well, the fact that they say they are advancing, that's already a big deal because the Ukrainians report it. In this case, I have an article from USA Today. Now, USA Today obviously is not an impartial media outlet, as we know. And USA Today will give us the Ukrainian side of the story. The problem is they go together, and it seems like the US media a little bit splinters from the media, the Ukrainian media. The Ukrainian media is like, hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Well, it seems like something is going on over there. So, this article that I'm going to discuss in this video has to do with the embattled city of Bakhmut. Bakhmut is the place where it seems like the whole new Russian offensive could determine of the outcome of the, as they say, the special military operation, war, however we want to call it. So let's get going and see what is this article saying. This article, as I said, comes from a Russian, Jesus Christ, American source, USA Today. And it is from today, March 1st, 2023. This is the headline that we're going to be concerned with. Pam-pam. Ukraine might retreat from embattled Bakhmut. Now, if you hear this retreat coming from the American USA Today and the might, you gotta bet your bottom dollar that they will already, the decision was already probably made somewhere in the Allied Forces command centers. The situation in and around the embattled Ukrainian city of Bakhmut is, and I'm quoting, extremely difficult, and Ukrainian forces may withdraw from the city, an aide to President Volodymyr Zelensky said Wednesday. Alexander Rodnyansky said his country's military, and I'm quoting, would retreat. Oh my God, it's not right. You say would do something else, regroup or something, use a euphemism. Or they would give up strategically Bakhmut if they believe the cost of holding Bakhmut outweighed the benefits. Strategic now? I don't know if you followed me on my videos, but I made a lot of articles with the American weasels and the Ukrainian weasels and the British weasels saying that Bakhmut bears no significant strategic importance whatsoever. And they said, we couldn't understand why the Russians keep, trying to get it. It doesn't mean anything. And now we find out that it's significantly, strategically Bakhmut. All right, so let's see where that is actually. So this is a map from the Russians. This is where the front is right here, where the bullets are, and Bakhmut is right here. Where is it? Right here, Artemovsk. That's how the Russians are calling Bakhmut, Artemovsk. So let's see what the Russians are saying about Artemovsk. Fighting is taking place in the city outskirts. Russian forces defeated a UAF, it's Ukraine Armed Forces Boris Johnson unit. Very significant. But they don't say anything taking it. I can give you an update from yesterday and the day before. The Wagner group was able to almost surround the whole thing here. The only thing that goes out is right here. But all that could be hit by the Russian artillery. So ins and outs in Bakhmut are not controlled, but the Russians can cause a lot of damage from whatever comes in or whomever comes in or whomever comes out. So this is from Bakhmut. Let's go back to the article, which is not this one, is this one. The city is considered valuable. Oh my God, we find out again. as a getaway to a swath of the Donbas region, and deadly battles have been fought around it for weeks. So yeah, if they get out of Bakhmut, they get Kramatorsk, Slavyansk, and they get going here. This is the goal, to go here. But as of now, the Ukrainian military in its daily update Wednesday on battles in various regions noted that in Bakhmut, and I'm quoting, the enemy continues to advance. Now they would not say that, unless the situation is really precarious for them. Rodnyatsky, speaking on CNN International, said that the Russian casualties have already surpassed any value taking the city again. Well, the same thing with Stalingrad. I mean, if you look at Stalingrad in the Second World War, the same thing. I mean, those guys killed one another like crazy. And yeah, well, they say, well, it has a strategic importance. It was called Stalin. That was the problem. Stalingrad, the city of Stalin. Anyway, would provide the invaders' forces, but that such losses appear inconsequential to the Kremlin. Like, they don't care for human life. They're animals. They're beasts. That's the whole thing here. And I'm quoting, we are not going to sacrifice all of our people just for nothing. See, these guys are the humane. Ukrainians are the humanes versus they will surpass their casualties, have already surpassed, but such losses appear inconsequential to the Kremlin. So beasts, evil versus the forces of good. Yes, but the forces of good are blaming someone else. He also said modern Western weaponry has begun arriving late. So whose fault is it? You guys. Next time, don't send shit. And see who are they gonna blame? You somehow, because you don't send anything. So even if you send it, you must have sent it late, or you sent it right, but the Russians caught you with your pants down in a flashlight. I think that's what happened. Even though this happened for the past 5 or 6 months they were fighting in Bakhmut. So this thing with late, yeah, okay. Maybe you allocated the wrong or you deployed the wrong weapons at the wrong time, late to Bakhmut. How about that? Could that be a reason? I don't think so, right? And I'm quoting, that the whole tragedy about. That was okay, there was the whole tragedy about it. Oh, so this is the late was the tragedy? He said, and I'm quoting again, we could have started training our troops, preparing our troops, equipping them, sending them to Germany months ago in order to prepare. But now we're facing this lag, and Russia is trying to exploit that time lag for its own benefit. Okay, let's unpack this bullshit, because I can't call it differently. So, who said that these guys had to train you? Who said that those guys had to prepare you? Who equip you? What about these guys? Everybody had to do something for you? This doesn't sound Ukrainian weasel ship. It sounds something else. Coming from where? You come out and tell me. Yeah, so it's someone else's fault right here. First, those guys, Germany and other countries, were, kicked in the butt to do what they're doing right now because they didn't do it because they wanted, really. And now Ukraine, they didn't help us. You owe me. Remember how that is? When you help someone every day, you give him something and you didn't do anything for him today, he comes and says, hey, Emil, you didn't help me. You don't help me. I say, what the hell are you talking about, Gigi? I helped you yesterday, I helped you the day before, I helped you the last whole week, last month, last year, last decade, last century. He's going to say, yes, Emil, that's true, but you didn't do anything for me today. Oy vey, really? No, right, so that's with these guys. They didn't come, they arrived late. They didn't train us. Well, all this is planned. You should have known, you should have had, information, intelligence that the Russians are going to do that. And remember, they're just lost. I tell you why. They knew about the Russian offensive since October. I knew. So if I knew, I guarantee you these guys knew. How did I know? From their newspapers. All right? So I didn't call, hey, what do you think, Shoigu? Are you going to attack on when? Okay. They're gonna attack. It was not like that. I read, oh, they're gonna attack. That's how I got it. So this thing is BS right here. It's just shifting responsibility. And then again, it's someone else's fault. Someone else's fault. No, I don't like that. That's a toddler way of thinking. But maybe, Still, Rodniatsky said the tanks, ammunition, artillery systems, and possibly even air power will help Ukraine in coming months. Our counteroffensives, I'm quoting, will be around the corner. And the corner is like 3,000 light years from you. He said, trust me, they will be very effective. Yeah, I know. It's good, I guess. But what if they come late? They come late because you maybe assess the attack late. Anyway, I make it like this, but remember, there's a nation decimated over there. There's population, children, old people, civilians are destroyed, houses. The Bakhmut is flattened. And for whom? This is what bothers me. If you guys think that all this is because those guys that are the beasts want to raise the good guys, I don't know what to tell you. Go to church then. I don't know what to tell you. Go over there and pray. Maybe Jesus will have his second coming and he's going to take us and take care of us. Some of you guys, because I'm not going with him. Oh, they say him? My bad. With, how do you want to be referred to? You identify as what? Nowadays, man, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna go with him. He's not gonna want to take me. He's gonna take me for a little spanking and then send me to the other one, rolling down the stairs, and I'm gonna be landing in the freaking hot tub over there, and the guy's gonna be hot. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.